Right now, as you breathe, as you look around, as you feel the weight of your own body against gravity, you are participating in a reality whose rules you barely understand. To the naked eye, the world seems stable, predictable, governed by the laws of physics as we have measured them for centuries. Mountains rise, rivers flow, planets orbit, and stars burn. A cosmos of beautiful constancy. Yet, when we peer more closely, when we look beyond the veil of the visible, the universe begins to reveal a truth far stranger than our ancestors could have imagined. We live inside something remarkable, a construct that obeys the laws of mathematics more than it obeys our intuition. Matter dissolves into energy, particles blink in and out of existence, and space itself may be a lattice of discrete, indivisible quanta. Time may be granular, progressing in minuscule increments beyond our perception. In this strange arena, the familiar solidity of objects vanishes. A table is not solid. A star is not solid. Even your own body is an orchestra of interacting probabilities, a cascade of ephemeral particles dancing in a cosmic rhythm you cannot see. And yet, consciousness observes. It watches. It collapses the possibilities into the actuality we call reality. Herein lies the profound paradox. The universe seems to require an observer. Without observation, the quantum world exists as a fog of probabilities, waves of potential rather than fixed events. And if observation brings existence into form, then reality is inseparable from perception. You, in this instant, are both the observer and the observed, the architect of the universe you inhabit, and simultaneously its passenger. The notion that we could be living inside a simulation is no longer relegated to science fiction. Philosophers, mathematicians, and physicists have considered this possibility seriously, not as an abstract thought experiment, but as a testable hypothesis. Nick Bostrom of Oxford University proposed a framework that suggests if any civilization can create simulations indistinguishable from reality, and if they run a sufficient number of them, then the probability that we exist in the base reality approaches zero. In other words, if simulated worlds outnumber real worlds, it becomes statistically likely that we ourselves inhabit a simulation. And yet, this simulation need not be one built by alien machines or futuristic technology. The simulation could be natural, intrinsic to the universe itself. Consciousness may be the engine that renders reality into existence. Each thought, each perception, each moment of awareness could be the brushstroke by which the universe paints itself. The same way your mind generates a dream, filling in the textures, the sounds, and the spaces as you navigate its landscapes, perhaps the universe generates itself as it is observed. Consider the quantum realm. Electrons exist not as particles with fixed positions, but as clouds of probability. Until measured, their location is indeterminate. Photons act as waves until we observe them, collapsing their waveforms into a single outcome. Even the act of observation by conscious entities seems to determine which outcome manifests. It is as if the universe itself is a software system, computing reality as it is perceived. If reality is information, then consciousness is the interface. The mind is both the decoder and the renderer. You may ask, who is the programmer? Is there an external agent controlling the simulation? Or is the universe self-generating, simulating itself from the inside out? The more we explore, the more the lines between observer and observed, between mind and matter, blur. Mathematics may hold the answer. From the spiral arms of galaxies to the geometry of DNA, from the patterns of hurricanes to the shapes of seashells, recurring ratios and sequences hint at an underlying order. Fractals, the Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, these signatures of design echo across scales from the microscopic to the cosmic. Such patterns are not random. They suggest that reality is governed by rules that resemble the logic of computation. Indeed, some physicists argue that the universe is fundamentally digital, composed not of continuous substance but of discrete units, discrete states, bits of information, endlessly recombining to produce the reality we perceive. This concept is reflected in the holographic principle. The idea, originating from the study of black holes and refined in modern physics, suggests that all information contained within a volume of space can be described by information on its boundary. A three-dimensional space, fully encoded in two-dimensional data? A hologram. If this principle holds, the universe we inhabit may itself be a projection, a three-dimensional experience generated from underlying information stored elsewhere. Black holes, those cosmic maelstroms of gravity, exemplify this principle. Anything falling into a black hole appears to vanish, yet its information is preserved on the event horizon, the surface surrounding the black hole. Nothing is lost, nothing escapes the system. Everything is conserved in a coded pattern. Perhaps our reality operates in a similar way. Perhaps the universe is a projection, a meticulously constructed interface rendered through the conscious observation of all that exists. The implications of this understanding are staggering. The universe we navigate, the stars we observe, the galaxies that stretch for billions of light years, they may not exist independently of consciousness. They may exist only as they are observed, as they are perceived, as they are measured. Every act of observation brings reality into sharper definition, collapsing possibilities into a singular, coherent form. The cosmos, vast and incomprehensible, could be the ultimate self-observing system, rendering itself through the lens of experience. Consider your own body. Trillions of atoms interacting through electromagnetic forces, gravitational attraction, and nuclear binding form the living machine you inhabit. Each cell contains encoded instructions in DNA, a digital blueprint of staggering complexity. Neurons fire, creating thought, perception, and awareness. Yet every particle in your body is itself a quantum entity, existing in a web of probability until observed by consciousness, yours and the universe's. In essence, you are both the simulation and the simulator, a conscious node within a larger system that is continuously rendering the cosmos. And if this is true, then perhaps the universe is not merely a backdrop for life, but a canvas for consciousness itself. Stars, galaxies, and black holes are not merely objects. They are experiences, patterns, and interactions unfolding within a framework that is aware. Time, often perceived as linear, may be the mechanism by which the universe explores possibilities, rendering successive frames of experience for conscious observers embedded within it. The more we probe the quantum world, the more uncanny reality becomes. Entanglement allows particles to influence one another instantaneously across vast distances, suggesting a connectivity that defies classical intuition. Particles separated by billions of light years behave as if linked by invisible threads. Information is transmitted faster than light in ways we do not yet understand, hinting at a substrate of reality that transcends space and time. It is as if the universe is coded with shortcuts, efficiency protocols, hidden connections that optimize its simulation. If consciousness is the rendering engine, then reality is flexible. The rules of the universe are not fixed, they are responsive. What we observe, measure, and interact with shapes the outcome. In the macroscopic world, these effects are subtle, but at the quantum level, they dominate. The very act of measurement, of perceiving reality, may determine the structure of reality itself. Imagine for a moment that you could manipulate this system. If observation renders existence, then attention, intention, and awareness become powerful forces. To look is to create. To perceive is to solidify. To focus is to sculpt reality. While we are constrained by physical laws at the deepest level, the universe may be a responsive, intelligent system, capable of rendering outcomes based on the conscious engagement of its observers. The philosophical implications are immense. Free will, the nature of identity, the concept of causality, even the definition of life and death, all are recontextualized in a simulated universe. You are not a passive inhabitant. You are an active participant. Your awareness generates the reality you experience. The universe is not something out there waiting to be discovered. It is something being co-created by every conscious observer, every moment, every choice. And yet, even as we grapple with these ideas, the scale of the cosmos humbles us. Galaxies, enormous beyond comprehension, cluster, and spiral in intricate patterns, forming filaments and voids in a cosmic web. Light travels for billions of years to reach us, carrying information from epochs long before our species existed. Stars are born, burn for eons, and die in spectacular explosions. Black holes bend space and time, warping reality itself. And through it all, consciousness, fragile, fleeting, ephemeral, exists within this immense simulation, perceiving, decoding, experiencing, questioning. Even the laws of physics, seemingly rigid and unyielding, may themselves be emergent properties of a deeper informational reality. Gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak nuclear forces, these may be expressions of a computational substrate, constraints imposed by the code of the universe rather than fundamental absolutes. If so, then the apparent solidity, consistency, and predictability of the cosmos are a testament to the sophistication of the simulation, a carefully constructed system that allows consciousness to navigate, explore, and comprehend. The idea that we are living inside a simulation is not meant to diminish the wonder of existence. On the contrary, it amplifies it. Every sunrise, every pulse of life, every flicker of thought becomes extraordinary when viewed as the product of a conscious, responsive universe. We are not passive entities drifting through an indifferent cosmos. We are co-creators, participants in a vast, unfolding experiment of awareness. As we continue to explore, we must ask ourselves, what is the purpose of this simulation? Is it a grand experiment? A cosmic self-reflection? A method of understanding the nature of consciousness itself? Or is it simply reality unfolding in its own intrinsic, self-aware manner, with no need for external explanation? Perhaps these questions are unanswerable from within the system, yet their contemplation drives our search for knowledge, for understanding, for meaning. Even as we stand on the precipice of cosmic understanding, the universe continues to surprise us. Black holes, dark matter, dark energy, the accelerating expansion of space, phenomena that defy intuition, that challenge the limits of human comprehension. Each discovery reveals both the elegance and the strangeness of the cosmos, and each hints at a deeper reality, one that is far more intricate, interconnected, and intelligent than our senses alone can perceive. The universe, when viewed from the scale of galaxies and clusters, appears to be an unyielding, unchangeable machine. Yet, at the microscopic and quantum level, this facade begins to dissolve. Particles flicker in and out of existence. Entanglement binds distant entities in inexplicable synchrony, and fields of energy behave not as continuous mediums but as discrete, probabilistic quanta. Every photon, every electron, every gluon, every neutrino dances to a rhythm we are only beginning to comprehend. It is within this hidden rhythm, this deep underlying code of nature, that the hints of a simulated reality emerge. Consider entanglement, a phenomenon so perplexing that Einstein famously dismissed it as spooky action at a distance. Two particles, no matter how far apart, separated by light years, even across billions of years, respond instantaneously to changes in the state of their partner. One particle is altered, and the other reflects that alteration in real time. This instantaneous connection cannot be explained by classical communication. It suggests that the universe is wired together in ways that transcend space and time. The informational fabric of reality seems to operate not locally but globally, as if the cosmos itself is a network, a computational matrix linking every point in space through invisible threads of logic. If we take this seriously, the implications are staggering. Reality is not simply what we see, it is what is computed, rendered, and observed. Every measurement collapses a cloud of potentialities into a concrete experience. Electrons are probabilities until they are watched. Photons are waves until they are measured. And the universe itself responds to observation with a kind of participatory fidelity. We are not merely passive spectators in the cosmos. We are active participants, co-creators of the reality we inhabit.